Hello guys, so today we're gonna do how to change the valve cover gaskets on an Ls1 Camaro. Sorry about the lighting guys, I'm working on at nighttime. So this is just a stock Ls1 Camaro, 2001. This one has the Ls6 intake on it. So step number one is disconnect battery from both sides. So you disconnect it right here. I'll show you that. Right there. Disconnect there. And you disconnect right there. Very easy. Step one. Let's get it done. Alright, so I just disconnected it. And you always want to make sure that you move your power out of there and you move your negative out of there. And it's just a quick, easy socket, nothing too crazy. You just put it up. I usually like to put all my parts just right there. That way you don't lose anything. Okay. All right. Next, we're gonna want to do, in my opinion, the easiest side to remove the valve cover valve cover, because we're replacing the gasket. The gasket's kind of loose, but if you're doing a cam swap, if you're taking off your rockers, push rods, or just doing some cleaning, I believe this is the easiest side to take off. I know that sounds kind of crazy because there's really not a lot of space. There's more space on that side, but to take off the valve cover on that side, it gets more complicated. So let's do this here. I'm gonna move this side here first. So what we're gonna do next is, let's take a look here. All right, I need this out of the way. So if you got this this module right here, this controller, this controls your cruise control. Okay, that controls your cruise control. So let's take this off right here. There's a bolt right there, and I believe there's another bolt right there. You can kind of see it right there. You go ahead and disconnect that as well. You disconnect it right there. Just put it off to the side, and let's move this out the way because it's kind of struggling us. It's not giving us enough space right there. All right, let's get that done. Alrighty, cool. So I took the bolts off there. I took the bolt off down there. I disconnected. Okay. Now remember, this is only if you have the cruise control here. Not all Camaros have that here. Okay, but what it's gonna do, it's gonna give me that extra space that I need to work. Okay. Now of course you can kind of just bend it and just throw it there, no problem, up to you. You see I threw the bolts right back in the same spot. So this is step one, step two. That way when I'm going reverse, I know where to go. Now one thing here is this cruise control is stuck to this. So what I want to do here is I want to disconnect that, and I also want to pull this back. Okay, I want to pull this back, and I want to take, you see that little thing right there? That thing just kind of comes off. So you want to take that off. That way, let me see if I can kind of pull it off right here with one hand. Let's see. So that just comes off just like that. Boom. And then put that back there. You see that, how that just came off? Now for this, you require like a little screwdriver. You see there's this little tab right here, the circle right here where I'm pointing at, right there underneath that there. You gotta get like a screwdriver, put that in, and then this pops out. Let me see if I can get that done for you guys. Okay, so I just got like a regular screwdriver. I just found whatever little pointy edge I found. You can use anything. and then just like stick it in here. You see this little tab right here? I want to stick it in there and then pop it out. Hold on, let me see. Sorry, I can't do it with two hands. Okay, boom. There it is. You see that? You see that little tab right there? That tab was stuck in there. Okay. Now what I'm able to do now is move this whole power steering. I can kind of just move it out the way to settle it right here for now. You know, just, you know, put it anywhere. You know, make sure it's nothing's really hitting anything. Just drop it there for now. And then now you got some more space. Now you got more space to work with. Step number 3. We got to take this off. Okay? And it also disconnects from right here. This one's real easy. You just take a screw, you know, a flathead, and pop that off. That right here. Okay, well, let me see if I can put my root finger right here. You see this right here? You just put a little thing in there, pop that off. And then what you're gonna want to do over here, this is 10 millimeter. You know the 10s. 1, 2. Just have a long extension and pop that off. Let's see if I can get that done. Okay, now this might be overkill. See how long that is? But you need it. You need it so you can reach that 10 down there. And once you got that 10, you know, you just, you know, you crack it open. Okay, it's hard to do with just one hand. But boom, there you go. It's already broken. See? Easy. And then the reason why you want the long one is because it's this side. This side's kind of hard to get, but you know, if you got the extension, this last one might be actually overkill. I don't even think I really need all that. This last 2 pieces right here, but hey, whatever works. Go ahead and get those 2 10s out. Follow that, and then go ahead and get that little screwdriver and untake that clip off, and this whole pipe comes off. I'll show you in a bit. Boom. The pipe just came off. See? Has a little clip. Make sure you input that right back into the right position. Okay. That goes there. And it's just a regular tube. That's all the bad stuff probably. Okay, just regular 10 bolts. Well, just make sure it's good. Kind of store that away somewhere and kind of get back to it. You know, don't lose that. Just don't lose it. And then here's this pipe. It's like a air pipe. You gotta make sure it's in good condition too. And then what you can do is, to give you more space, because you need all the space you can possibly get on this side, is there's these clips right here. You see that? Let's see if I can get it right now. Right here. You just kind of disconnect it, push, pop it out, very easy, and then kind of just move it out the way for a little bit. Just tuck it in right there. Very nice. Okay. So now, see, you're starting to get more space. You're starting to get more space. Okay. Next step. Okay, remember what we're doing here. We're taking these packs off so we can get to this, which is the valve cover, because we're replacing the seal. Okay, so that's gonna be our next step. Go ahead, just take this off. See, this little thing just came off right there, and then you just kind of pop this up right here. Kind of just wiggle it out a little bit. Always better with two hands, but I'm trying to see if I can hook you guys up. Boom. Off. Okay. Next step. Next step is we're only gonna take off the top of your spark plug wires. Only the top. Okay? It's easy. All you gotta do is kind of grab it from right here. Just grab it from right here. And then just wiggle it down. Boom. One. And just leave it to the side. And you're gonna go back here again. Okay, nice. And you're gonna do that for all of them. Now, it's really tight, right? It's really tight to get there. So I kind of just, you see you got the space now because you don't have that right here. So I kind of put my hand through here, kind of try to get there somehow. You see? Now for these ones, okay, you might not be able to get to that. So you want to go from the top, okay? You want to go to it. This is hard. This is very hard, but there is a way. Let's disconnect those last two. Let's take those last two. I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys. So all the spark plugs wires have been disconnected. How do I do that? Man, to be honest, I just stuck my hand. I stuck my hand underneath this whole thing, kind of adjusted myself and put my hand all the way through the back. It's kind of hard with some big gloves like this, but if you have some thin gloves, you should be pretty easy to get to. Okay, now it's time to remove the coil packs. Okay, we got to remove 1, 2, 3. Okay, they only look like this, so the only ones that look like that, don't do these, because this is for the whole coil itself. We're doing just the top. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, you see, there's 3 right there, not that one, but there's 3. There should be a 4th and a 5th one, I believe, back there. Now these ones up front are easy to get to. It's the rear one that's really hard. There's no other way to do it but just to muscle, you know what I'm saying, muscle that out. What you're gonna have to do is you might have to kind of move this up, push this down, get a small wrench. You might need a small one like this, because you see I got my main one, and then you might need a small one like this, and they're 10. They're only 10 millimeter. So you know, you might have to get yourself a small tool to reach back there with that little space you got, but it is possible. It's possible. You know, don't give up. Keep going. Let me take these off and I'll let you know exactly how many are there. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, so, you know, make sure when you're taking off the bolts, you use a deep socket 10. Okay, deep socket 10, because they're pretty tall, you know. And then so once you remove them all, you should be able to really, you see that it just kind of came off. Boom. You see, you just yanked it off. Now let me put this on the ground here. Let me explain to you how many there are. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's the hard one. Very hard. It's not that hard. Yeah, I will call it, medium. What you gotta do is just you gotta get all the way back there. Like I said, use a small tool like this, all the way back there. Just drop it in. Just yank it off, and then you're good. One thing to do when you're checking your coil packs, look inside. If they look clean, just like that, real clean. If they look clean, just like that, clean, you got some good coil packs. Now, I've had it in the past where one was like real dark and black in there, and my car was misfiring. So this is your coil pack. Take good care of that. You can clean it. But check this out. Now we're a little bit one step closer to these valve covers that I want to remove. In case you're doing a cam swap of some sort, you need to reach these little things here. I'm afraid that mine's leaking oil, so I'm kind of just trying to get to it. Now, one thing is, like, look at this right here. Like, let's see what this does. Maybe I'm gonna have to remove that somehow. Let me work on that. Let me see what I can do. But besides that, you got these little bolts right here. You 1, 2, 3, 4. I count 4 of those. You pop those off, and the whole thing comes off. Looks pretty good. Let's get those off. Okay, guys. So, I had to yank this out of there. It was pretty tough. Got it done, but it's definitely gonna take some muscle. Go ahead and do that. I'm guessing it's gonna be the same story with that one back there. Gonna have to put some muscle into that one to really right here. This little, yeah. So you gotta just be very careful though that you don't break these pipes, especially this one here, especially this one here, especially that. You gotta be very, very polite. Not polite, but you gotta be very easy with that, because if you break it, which they're kind of ready to come off, man, they're just so tough to get them. Not tough to get it replaced, but you gotta go get it at the store. You gotta get the right size, you gotta cut it, you gotta make sure it's the right one. It's just a hassle. So when you're just taking that off, just try your best. I yanked it pretty hard. It did come off. I don't think I see any other damage, so I think I'm good to go there. Next one is that back one. Let me get to that. Okay, now for that last one back here, I grabbed the screw, just a regular flathead. And what I did is I kind of put some pressure on it. You gotta be very careful, because that if you break that, it's hard. I gave it some push, and that thing came off. Now let's remove the bolts. Cool. So I took these 4 bolts all out. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 over there. They don't come off completely. They're stuck there. Now the tool that I used was a 5/16 small. You need the adapter for the big one. So let's see if they come off. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's coming off. So I need 2 hands for this, so I'll be right back. Boom. Came off. Came right off. Here's my valve cover. Now, the reason I took it off is because I'm getting, you see this? It's all outside. I feel like I'm getting an oil leak. You know, I could just be doing this for no reason, but wherever you see spots like that, you know, you gotta make sure, you know, something's going on. Something's definitely going on. Cool. Well, that's part one. Tomorrow we'll handle that bad boy over there. All right, guys.